Welcome to today's webinar titled Women in Gaming Starting a Career in the Gaming Industry. Today's going to be fire. It's all about women, and I encourage you, please tag every woman you know who is interested in the iGaming industry. Now, thank you so much to the iGaming Africa for making this happen. And wherever you're watching us from, we appreciate you and we encourage you to engage with these beautiful ladies. We're going to bring them up on stage and they're going to tell us who they are and what do they do. And we're just going to have a very interactive engagement. So meanwhile, please share this webinar. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the women are in the house. If you want to meet the women in gaming, they're here at iGaming Africa. So my name is Lingitao, and I'm gonna give my dear panelists, this beautiful women, they have something to say today, and it's gonna be fire. I'm gonna give them an opportunity to introduce themselves, tell us who they are and where they work from. And I'm gonna start with you, Kate. I'm gonna start all the way from the bottom. Then we're gonna pass it all around, and I'm gonna conclude the introduction with you, Katerina. So, Kate, we want to hear from you. What is your name? What do you do? Why are you here?
Hi everyone. My name is Kate Wainaina. I am the head of growth and partnerships at Euro Virtuals. First of all, I'd just like to thank you, Lynn, and to also thank iGaming Africa for organizing this wonderful platform. I'm looking forward to learning from my industry peers, and I'm also looking forward to the engagement that's coming up. Euro Virtuals is a virtual gaming company where we're providers, we're virtual gaming providers. We deal with virtual games, and we provide the virtual games to Africa and beyond. Yes.
Wow, Kate, we're very happy to have you. We can't wait to hear what you have in store for us. I will come
Okay.
to you, Bukola. Tell us who you are, why you're here, what do you work for?
Hi, Lynn, and hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm grateful to the High Gaming African team for organizing this event. My name again is Bukola Akiade. I work with Winners Golden Ventures. They're into gaming, different stuff, you know. Winners Golden Chance is the gaming supermarket in Nigeria. We're virtually into almost all the gaming platform that we have available out there. So I'm looking forward to engaging with others on the platform and as well reaching out to other people who might want to know one thing or the other about how women can navigate the gaming
Yes,
industry.
we're all
Thank you.
here for that. Thank you, Bukola. We appreciate your presence. Neha, over to you. Tell us who you are.
Hi everyone, I'm Neha, head of digital at World Sports Betting. It's such a privilege to be here today. I've had the honor of working under incredible leadership over my journey, and the guidance has truly shaped, the space of digital and gaming for us here at World Sports Betting. I'm really excited to see how this forum continues to evolve, and I just want to thank you, Lynn, for giving us this platform today. The women in gaming community has really created such a meaningful platform for connection, insight, and growth. And I guess today's topic has real impact. I'm genuinely inspired, to be part of this space filled with such powerful, knowledgeable women and really driving change in this industry. Thank you.
Neha, we greet you and you're welcome. Today's gonna be fire. I told you guys, please keep interacting with this lady. And Philly, I'm over to you. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and where do you work for.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for having me. I'm grateful to iGaming Africa for actually opening up this platform. My name is Philisiwe Bengu. I'm originally from South Africa. I work for Research iGaming, which is a startup in the ecosystem of gaming. So what we basically do, we provide education and training for the gaming industry, and also now launching a freelancer marketplace that gives gaming professionals an opportunity to offer their services within the gaming space. So I'm grateful to be here and to be actually talking about this topic. It's something that has been on my mind for a while, and just to have these amazing women here to discuss a whole thing, it gives it even a plus. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me.
You're welcome. Shout out to South Africa, wherever you're watching us from. As you can see, we're multinational. I'm gonna come to you, Katarina. Tell us who you are.
Hi guys, so Katarina is here. I'm actually based in Malta, but I spent this year more in Africa than I think I spent it in Malta. Yes, back and forth traveling. Yes, so basically, I'm now head of region for Africa. I'm working for a game provider and game aggregator. Okay, name is QTech. So basically, we provide and aggregate different games from different providers, and Africa is one of the major regions for us and the target region that we're developing further. So basically, I'm really happy to be on this panel. I have my own story of the career as a woman, so I would gladly share it with you guys.
Wow, Katerina, we are here for the stories. We have the time for that. And every other woman who is here and everyone who will be chatting with us. And before we even get started, we have very special people that we love acknowledging. We call them our sponsors. They have sponsored these beautiful ladies to be here. So I want to pass some few minutes to the iGaming team. Please tell us about our sponsors, tell us what they do, and then we're going to come back with this powerful panel. iGaming team, over to you. We're gonna have that in a few, but before that, they're gonna tell me when it's the right time. I think they're preparing it. You know, technical things happen. Maybe we can just dive in into our conversation today, and it's a very industry. It's a very interesting industry. It's called a male dominated industry. But with me, I have women who are defying that. Women who are out there, they're bold, they have something to say, they're leading. And I just want to start with you, Philly. You know, all this while you have had a wealth of experience. So, what technical skills and industry knowledge should women focus on to enter this gaming industry? And how can they upskill effectively to remain relevant in this a competitive, fast evolving industry? Philly, tell us what you think. And anyone can chime in as well.
Thank you so much. That is an amazing question, actually. In my opinion, I don't believe that women need to focus specifically on technical skills, but also like understanding the whole ecosystem and how the business work. It's actually the best part to actually even dominate the industry itself. So in terms of technical side, I'd say maybe to learn fundamentals of like compliance, like AML on how KYC compliance work, a payment and data, things like that, that would actually give them the upper hand in terms of how the back of house of this industry actually works. And also like, for example, if we speak about like operators and affiliates, these are the type of support businesses that they actually need. And then like, for example, in terms of marketing, right now, like there is a big affiliate marketing that is actually happening within the industry. So if for example, you are an experienced person in terms of that, or it's something that you are looking to upskill on, there are resources available within the industry that actually help not just only women per se, everyone in the industry can actually upskills on those. And also in terms of networking, obviously. There are events within the industry. We even have women events that actually support this type of upskilling where you actually meet the industry leaders. Remembering, like, for example, when I started in the industry 13 years ago, there was no such thing about networking. You just go to work and you work. You only know the people that are actually just around you. So, for example, transitioning to the iGaming space, that actually opened my eyes. I mean, on my first event, I didn't know not even one person. And the best part
Mm,
about it is that people in the industry are very welcoming, you
yes.
know, and in terms of for example, if you're building a product, for example, you learn from the people that you actually meet.
Mhm.
If you want to upskill and maybe have a better experience within the industry, it's always important to find out what is actually your niche and what you are actually really good at, and then stick with that, in my opinion. Lynn?
I think Lynn is having some issues.
Yeah, I think Lynn is having a little bit of a technical issues. But anyway, just to continue on that, and now, for example, the industry is also entering into the AI atmosphere. So, which means also those are would be good learning tools. And like we have free learning platforms like LinkedIn, where you can actually start your AI journey, where you can actually learn from the fundamentals of AI all the way to how to navigate. And maybe, who knows, one of us, yeah, can even build an AI platform that actually supports the industry. Um,
Yeah, 100%, Philly. I completely agree with you. I think your points are so compelling. I will be covering the topic of technology, the future of gaming with tech meets inclusion here in the space of, women in gaming. But I think one of the major points that comes out from what you're actually mentioning is adaptability, to be adaptable and flexible, as AI is progressing, just for us to learn and move forward with the new changes that presents itself.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you for that. You came in at the right time. Yeah, ladies, at the beginning we were to play something. Can we go back to that for me?
of course.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to our sponsor videos. I want us to acknowledge the people who made this happen. Our giving team, is that ready? Can we chime in on the sponsors video? And there we go. Those are our sponsors, and I'm gonna just take a few seconds to mention them. We have Soft Swiss, thank you so much. We have Raven Track, we have Digitane, we have Every Matrix, we have One X Beat, and then we have Kiron Interactive. Thank you so much to our sponsors. If you're part of our audience, please take some time and look at our sponsors. They're doing some incredible things in the gaming industry. And I also want to shout out A Gaming Consult. Thank you for also making this happen. let's come back to where we are. Philly had said about networking. Neha had touched a little bit of technical stuff. I want to pick up from where you left, Neha. Can we? Yes, so you
Yeah,
had,
sure.
please continue.
So, coming from a digital marketing background, I've seen how quickly things change in the industry. And, Philly made mention so perfectly around AI. AI is really reshaping everything we do day in and day out. And that pace is really going fast, and it's going fast more now than ever. And I think the future of gaming isn't just about the faster processes. Or how immersive the worlds are becoming around us. It's also about who we invite into those worlds. The next era of gaming is being powered by both technology but also diverse voices. Technology is really transforming the way gaming, is pacing at an incredible rate. So from like an AI driven experience, mobile expansion experience, to just really looking at a cross platform play and the rise of creator communities. But as the industry evolves, inclusion, which is obviously why we're here today, one of the main topics being a woman in inclusion, is inclusion has become just such a critical. Is just as critical as innovation. And when diverse voices are part of rooms and creative processes, when women and different cultures and new perspectives are represented, the results are just so much more engaging. It's so much more authentic and
Yes.
more profitable. And I think that inclusion really fuels creativity in our industry. I've seen it. We've got one of our head of designs, she's
Mhm.
female, and some really amazing work coming out of there. It challenges assumptions and it expands storytelling in our industry. And I think women in gaming are already leading this change. Heading up a team here in digital as well. It's just like building communities and redefining what play looks like for us. So I think it's really important to have that women in inclusion and in spaces and voices really being heard for the next era.
Yeah, Neha, I totally agree with you. Actually, there was a research by McKinsey, and this is something they always put out there, that organizations with more inclusivity for women perform way much higher than organizations that just have one homogeneous gender, right? So I totally agree with that. And Katerina, I want to come to you on this because Philly had mentioned something to do with networking, and I think you can go deeper into that. There's a perception that iGaming, success in your iGaming industry or whatever you're doing in this industry is based on connections. So, how can we change this narrative to make it more welcoming and easier for women to gain access to networks? And what have you seen in the past? What is your experience with women coming into the industry?
So first of all, as a person now who's recruiting people, I'm receiving a lot of CVs, right? And I'm
Mhm.
seeing the CVs from men mostly.
Oh,
And the men, they come from different industries, right? Like they come from IT industry, they come from
mhm.
other industries. Ladies do not apply. They are seeing that, okay, we require this network, this networking connections, we require this experience. I don't fit that, so I'm not going to apply. I have
Mhm.
guys applying for Nigeria from Ireland. They don't even they're not even Nigerian, and they're
Yeah,
just trying.
yeah.
So I feel like first of all there is a perception, women when they see the job application, they
Mhm.
just see like I don't fit the criteria, so it's not for me, I'm not going to be chosen. So this is something that I believe we should don't eliminate ourselves from. Go apply. You might try, and you might actually be a suitable person. Not everyone requires a totally like the perfect wish list, but you as a woman, you will be able to do that. And my personal story, I'm coming from the IT background. I
Yeah.
worked in Microsoft for 5.5 years, and after that I was actually redundant, so I was not sure what should I do next. And iGaming was a perfect space for me because it's also like a digital native space, right? And in there I already had customers in iGaming, so it was actually natural for me to go to iGaming. But I went to iGaming through fintech, you know. So I went through a fintech, and then I went to like esports and data feed, and now I'm in a game aggregation. So I went through kind of different parts of iGaming. I covered everything, but I come from a technology. So if you know how to build a relationship, if you know how to speak to people, if you're naturally empathetic, then it doesn't mean that you're not coming from iGaming. You can still apply, you can still try, you can still manage your accounts. If you're managing them in IT, in
Yeah.
fintech,
Yeah.
why would you be able to do it in iGaming? Uh, what is nice, what I noticed, what we have is the
Yes.
networking events. Like, people do not have such networking events. It was so nice to see that you can actually go, you can meet people, you can talk to
Yeah.
people, you get to meet each other. In the other industries, it's actually more strict and more limited.
Hmm.
So we actually have an advantage. So it's easier for us to build a network. And as I said, I spent like this year a lot in Africa, traveled around, and I pretty much met most of the people. Like, Neha, I didn't meet you unfortunately, but the rest of the girls, the rest of the ladies, I saw you guys. It was very nice. I saw you at your homes, so I
Yeah.
traveled to the regions.
All right.
So you can meet and you can build those relationships.
Yes, and I'm gonna even plug you to an event that is coming next year here in Africa. I'm gonna tell you about it. So stay close if you're watching. I'm gonna tell you about the special event that is coming up. Bukola, I was listening to Katerina and I could see you agreeing with what she said. What is your perspective on women getting into this industry and getting the networks?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. I was really, really into what Katrina was saying the other time because I felt a lot of times women feel that I don't have to go for this for no reason whatsoever. They shy away from opportunities that will change their life, that will change the narrative of how the industry is saying. I could say categorically that where I am today is as a result of me taking up a challenge, taking on an opportunity that's presented itself. So I believe that if women should consider themselves as being able to, first have a belief in yourself that you can do this, then you put on some plans and then you study, you put in, a whole lot of strategies and thinking and all that to put yourself out there and portray the women race, well, okay, the women in a good light. I would like to say that, for instance, I've
Yes.
seen that the industry is beyond the conventional way of doing things. I remember that when we first started, where I work currently, it was more of the audit department, account department, and basically the operations basically. So virtually all of us working in the company were either in audit or accounts or just flat operations. But now we've seen that the industry has opened up to several other opportunities, including legal, including the psychological parts, where people are coming up with platforms that help those who are addicted to gaming. We have the content creation department where you can come up with ideas that will help for that you can use for advert purpose or to put your company out
Yeah.
there in the light. As long as you know that you have certain skills, I don't think there's
Mhm.
limitation in the industry anymore, because if you have a skill, it
Yes.
is something that will be used in a department that needs it. So it's better
Hmm.
for women to understand that as long as I have a skill that I can put out there, let me
Yes.
just like reach out to someone like Christina to say I have my CV here, I have
Mhm.
this skill, and I feel that I'll be useful in this department or that department.
Yeah, whatever Katerina said about women applying, she finds most of the CVs from men, even from Nigeria and every part of the world. I'm thinking what you just said, Bukola. If you have a skill, you're qualified. But I just want to come to you, Philly, and also Kate. What do you feel that what is that holds women? What is just that internal thing? Do we have an internal belief, and how do we tackle that? What holds us from sending that application to people like Katerina? I want to hear from
Um,
you, Philip, and then Kate.
Actually, I totally agree with both Katerina and Akinade. I mean, for example, right now, as I said, we are launching a freelancer marketplace. Most of the people that are actually really applying and sending in their CVs are men, you know, and you find that these are actually categories that they aspire to. It's not something they have years of experience in.
Wow.
So, for example,
Aspiration.
yes.
Aspiration.
Yeah,
Wow.
and also, like for example, right now we have Women in Gaming Africa, which is a support system for actually women that are in the industry. So, like for example, when I have a new client looking for someone to support their business, the first thing that I do is actually post on the Women in Gaming, and to be honest with you, you find one person who will apply, which I was like, the community is so big within our WhatsApp group that Lois is actually leading. And you find like only one person or two people I would actually apply. But when I actually advertise like on LinkedIn or social media, then you find men are actually the ones are actually that are coming in and applying. I mean, which is there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a
Yeah.
matter of, for example, they don't believe in themselves, I would
Yeah.
say. For example, for me, I like to dare myself mostly, which
Uh-huh.
most people maybe they don't do it. For example, I come from a very big gaming industry background. I started on
Yes.
land based. And then from land based, I moved to cruise casino operations. And then after that, I wanted to enter the iGaming industry. Guess what I did? I entered. So,
Yes.
for example, I believe that as women, we can do anything,
Mhm.
you know. Um, we need more women who say, why not me?
Why not me?
Yes,
That's
exactly.
well said. That is well said. Why not you? If you're a woman, why not you? You know, Kate, I also want to hear from you. What is your take? What is that? Is there could there be a bias inside ourselves that we feel like we don't qualify? And what has been your experience so far?
I would say I think we have an unconscious bias as women. Culturally, we have always had to prove ourselves. So when it comes to iGaming, we also bring that into the workspace. Sometimes I think we have to prove ourselves in other industries so much. So now when it comes to iGaming, it's naturally skewed to be a male-dominated field. So we sometimes tend to doubt ourselves and doubt ourselves. So maybe that's the reason why we have very few representation. But I would like to say we have now different initiatives like what you have now, women in gaming. What the different programs you have, a webinar like this. So slowly by slowly, I believe we are in a position and we're going to change that narrative slowly by slowly. Baby steps, but I think we're heading in the right direction.
Yes, thank you. But I think this point we don't need baby steps. We need huge steps. This is why we have
Thank
you.
you. Thank
This
you.
is why we have you, Kate. Just tell them as it is. We need
Mhm.
those huge tasks
All right.
because we need as many women as possible. Now, I want to tag women in gaming actually. I want to thank you, Women in Gaming Africa, for making this happen. It's such a privilege to have you here, Women in Gaming Africa. And I also want to inform you, as I promised, we have a very good event that is coming up May 26th. That is from 4th to 6th, and that is the iGaming Africa Summit. So this is where you'll find women in iGaming. This is where you'll find these powerful women right here, and this is where you'll just have Katerina give her your CV directly. Don't even go through the just give her your CV directly. This is what I have, and you'll meet a lot of C-suits, and we'll have a lot of decision makers. So watch out for iGaming Africa Summit 2026 happening on the May 4th to 6th, and shout out to Women in Gaming Africa. Thank you for making this happen. Now let's go to the next question. And I'm coming to you, Bukola, on this, and also Neha. Neha, I haven't heard your voice. I want to hear it from this. What career growth opportunities exists for women across the iGaming value chain, from technology, compliance, marketing, product designs, and now we even have AI. Might we even need AI specialist as a woman? So I want to hear from you, Bukola, and Neha as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Lynn. The opportunities abound, you know. There are countless of opportunities for women out there, for ladies, young, I wouldn't say old, you know, but as long as you're a woman and you still have your strength within you, the opportunities abound for you. I'll say, for instance, last year I came in contact with a very wonderful woman, Fadike Miakeju. She came for a training at our organization. It was there and then that I realized that there is a whole legal outfit, you know, set up to help operators come into the industry, register their businesses, and set up their operations, you know, to begin with. It means that if you're into legal, you can actually set up an outfit to help operators have a seamless integration into the industry, as it were. If you're an IT person, somebody who is an expert at UI UX specialist, for instance, you know, you have a whole platform for you to kickstart your journey or even expand on what you have currently. We also have the data analyst. The data is the key now. So you cannot say I'm a data analyst and you're not in the gaming industry. The data in the gaming industry currently, I don't think we have enough people to handle it. So if you're a specialist in that area, you should come in. And women should also be given the opportunity within the industry to move from one level to the other as they put in their skill, as they showcase their expertise. They should be given the opportunity to climb from one level to another level in order for them to feel the inclusion that we are talking about, and to have that belief that as long as I give my best in this industry, the sky is my limit, more or less. So there are so many things that women can come in for. It's no longer a men industry thing. You know, I think the industry is open to all who is ready to showcase themselves. We have the accountants, for instance. You can't say I'm an icon holder, for instance, and then you say I just have to work in the bank because I'm an icon holder, or I need to work on tax alone. What are you doing if you're not here? The numbers, the figures are there for you to work with. So why are you not here? I think people should stop. I think there is also a bias that the industry is for gamblers. A lot of people have this stereotype feeling about the industry, either because of their religious belief or cultural understanding of how, you know, gaming. It's no longer business as usual, where you just start the industry as the industry meant for gamblers or for street urchins and all that. No, it is
Yes.
bigger than how people see. So, like I said the other time, it's about having the right skill, creating a niche for yourself. Sometimes it's even about creating a whole new platform, an
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship, you know, platform for yourself. You create this new thing, you bring it into the industry because of the number, because of the data available.
Yes.
You kick off and then you're you're up on your feet.
You know, Bukola, that was very profound that you even mentioned the societal bias. You might think this is the gaming industry, so it's for gamblers. And
Mm.
yet there's so many opportunities here. Neha, what do you have to say on that? Are there
Yeah, I think
societal bias?
I think Bakula has really put it very nicely. But sometimes I think the biggest growth comes from just really taking that brave leap. I think every role in the industry you take, or every step you take, every application you send, is a vote of confidence, I would say, in your own ability. And for me, right now, I mean, I think now is the best time, more than ever, in the space of iGaming, to actually enhance your roles. So whether it's product or platform roles, whether it's data analytics roles, whether you're really looking at compliance, or emerging future focused tech roles, such as AI and machine learning, it's all about really taking that leap to do the necessary, course, or making your enhancements so that it's in line with how things are evolving and how things are mapping out in the industry. So that's basically what I would say would be the best way to approach it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing that out. I want to shout out to all our audience that are watching. I could see Roderick, what is that emoji? Strong. This is a strong conversation. Thank you, Roderick from YouTube. We have Jasper from LinkedIn saying great session. We have Funke say well said, mom. That is book caller. And we have Dixon that just came here. Vivid analysis at Bukola. And then we have, yes, I think we have Vikram from YouTube, handpick waving. Wow. And Emmanuel, I think he's from Nigeria. Happy to be here. We're also happy to have you. So if you have your questions, we have the powerful and strong women here. You could tell how they answer. They know their stuff. They know their craft. They're here. Please send them the questions and also just engage, share, keep sharing. Tell people we are here and we are live. I'm thinking about entrepreneurs. Uh, Neha said something good about entrepreneurs and also Bukola, and this is where I'm coming to you, Kate, and Philly as well, and also for you, Katerina. For women entrepreneurs looking at iGaming, what entry points or niches present the biggest opportunities right now in an era of AI and everything? So, Philly, you're an entrepreneur. What has been the experience and where do other women start? And also, Kate, I want to hear from you. And Katerina, I also want to hear from you.
Thank you, Lynn, for giving me the space to actually speak in terms of entrepreneurship. For example, right now, it is actually a great time for women to actually start businesses within the space, especially because I think there are a lot of untapped gaps and niches that are actually within the industry. I think some of the ladies actually really did touch on those things. Like, for example, you're looking to enter the industry like how I did. For example, I already had the experience, but it was a matter of how do I get myself in terms of the skills that I needed. So that's where my niche actually came from in terms of the education and training, to actually give other people that are actually looking to enter the industry to be able to really get the basic trainings and in terms of learning about the compliance, about the AML within the gaming space and all of those things. And last year in October 2024, yes, I did a career fair in South Africa. And basically, the career fair was to encourage youngsters to choose gaming industry as an industry of choice.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I can say, like most of the people that started in the industry, even women, even men,
Mm.
they started with a matter of looking for a job. It's not an industry that they specifically said, this is what I want to learn. I went to university for this, or something like that. So when I did the career fair, I noticed a lot of young people, they
Mhm.
believe that the only way to interact with the industry is for them to download games and gamble,
Yeah.
and not in terms of building their careers. So of fair, we actually did a very an amazing on that, where we had some free trainings that we offered to for people to start in the industry, which actually really led to a lot of growth in terms of
Yeah.
um, like casino dealers and
Yeah.
etc. So, for example, and back to the actual question, like how to actually start a business. As I
Mhm.
said earlier, it's a matter of dare yourself, you
Mhm.
know. So in your niche in terms of what
Yes.
is it that you are good at. For example, there's a lot of in the industry, not only from women women, but also from men. I can
Yes.
vouch for that. The most support system that I've also really received was from a male in the industry, where they actually push women
Mm-hmm.
to actually have the space and start businesses.
Yes.
And also in the gaming industry, we have a lot of women that are vouching for us, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
The first woman that I interacted with was Kelly Kim. She is one of the amazing women that you can actually speak with. If you don't
Yeah.
have her on your LinkedIn, I will suggest that you actually go ahead and add her. And if you have an idea, she will help you build your idea from scratch all the way. And now they have a very good community, which is empowered by DTO. So, which
Yeah.
means if you have an idea and you feel that it's something that can be lucrative within the industry, go ahead, join the community, build your ideas from people. And the most important thing, though, when you find your niche, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the only thing that you actually do.
Mm-hmm. That's
Always
right.
look to it. For
Yes.
example, I started in the education and training.
Yeah.
So when I saw that people that I was training, for them also, they did not have a chance to actually get in the industry without the actual practical work. That is why we did the freelancer marketplace where they can offer their services as well.
All
So
right.
it's actually a good win-win situation. Always start with an idea, validate your idea, and then make sure that you are willing to pivot.
Okay.
That would be with my main entrepreneurial
Um.
advice to people. Just because you
Yeah.
have an idea doesn't mean that it actually fits for the market. You test the
Yes.
market. If the market
Philly, Philly,
responds
I'm
good,
coming to
then
you on that because there's some questions that gotta be addressed to you directly, but I'm gonna come to you on that on testing the idea and even looking at other niches. Thank you so much for highlighting that, and I'm coming back to you on that. Kate and Katerina. Kate, as an entrepreneur who wants to get into the gaming industry, is there money? Is there money there? Because I know most entrepreneurs, I'm here to make money and solve a problem. So tell us your experience, and also Katerina, I also want to hear from you too. Kate. And
Um,
sorry. If you're still watching us, please keep engaging, send in your comments and your questions. Kate, I'm sorry, over to you. Take the mic.
Yes, to answer your question, I believe there's opportunities to make money,
Mhm.
not necessarily in the conventional ways. As Philia said and the other speakers who are before me, it's just not about gambling or winning and stuff like that. We have different opportunities where people can make money. I see an opportunity in coaching. We
Yes.
have very great leaders and very great knowledgeable people in this platform and other platforms. I see an opportunity in coaching. I see an opportunity in mentorship. I see an opportunity in just collaborating to have women skewed events and expos. I don't think we've had one that is quite big for just for women only. So I see various opportunities in that field, and I think we can do it.
We can
Yes.
do
So
it.
there's a lot of things which
awesome.
you can.
All right. Thank you, Kate. And someone is saying, well in Kate Modoni. And Katarina, do you have something to add on that? What is your, I know you're in the HR space, but can you just dive into something with the entrepreneurship? Is there money for
So
women?
I'm not in HR space. I'm more
No?
like on the sales side,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
managing like the whole continent of Africa now. So
Wow.
this is where I'm actually getting potential candidates to work for me. So this is where I'm coming from. Now, what we do, we work for game aggregation, right? So here is a good idea. If there is a potential game that even a woman can create, even a man, this is a nice gap for the games for Africa specifically, right? So there are so many providers creating games, but they're mostly coming from Europe, from Asia, So this is a good opportunity to create a game that would be done for Africans by Africans. And why wouldn't lady be able to do so? So this is a nice space which I can consider to mention. And also, like, there are a lot of ladies that are doing very nice social media stuff. They do write-ups about different industries. Why wouldn't you
Mhm.
go in and do it for iGaming as well? Why wouldn't you do the interviews? Why wouldn't you do it do some nice reels, social media activities. This is something that is very easy to step in from any other industry that you do. Like we actually had a conversation with Philly recently, and she was looking for a photographer, and she was saying like, is there a photographer for iGaming specifically? And maybe we like
Mm,
you know so like there are ladies, they're going already, they're doing so many activities and events, for other activities. They do it for tech industries, or they do it even for weddings. Why wouldn't she try and join the iGaming as a photographer and try to drive the story of iGaming like that, or videographer?
absolutely. That's our idea. If you're watching us, there's your business. There's your business. Become a photographer for the iGaming industry. I'm also coming back to you, Kate and Neha, because I know you had a burning desire to express something on this, Kate and Neha. Where does the industry go wrong when it comes to women? Have the industry created invisible barriers and barriers for women? The industry itself, not women, the industry. And what is the solution? Hands forward. And also, I'm going to come to you, our audience. I see your questions. Please send them in. We're going to handle them in just a matter of seconds. But I want to hear from you, Kate and Neha. Kate, over to you.
I think yes, we have a few biases. I'd first like to begin with the marketing narratives and the clear representation. When you're seeing all these posters and all this marketing content for the iGaming industry, we see very few women represented. So that naturally skews people to assume iGaming is only a male-dominated industry. So maybe for starters, we could try and have a lot of female representation in terms of the marketing content that's going there to try and draw a lot more women into iGaming. I'm also thinking when it comes to recruitment and retention, many companies and organizations still recruit from the same industry circles they have. So it's more of a networking thing where if a company wants to recruit, let's say a head of product, they're going to definitely go around and try and recruit around the circles. So now that hinders a lot of female representation. As it is right now, we have a lot of most of the leadership roles are male dominated. So if when the recruitment is happening and it's still around those circles, it's difficult to get many women into the industry. And I also like to again circle back on the point I had mentioned in terms of the culture. Um, Gaming is women are not really associated with a lot of gaming, like Bukale said. So I think once you change that narrative, we are going to be in a position to grow the industry.
Yes,
Yes.
and you're here
Yes.
to change it. Thank you so much. You ladies, you're here to change it. Neha, what is your quick takeaway on that?
Yeah, it won't be that long. Look, I completely agree with Kate. She said it so well. But I think for me, it's we have come a long way. When I look at the industry, when I first started in iGaming, I take my hat off to industry leaders because they have come a long way in terms of representation. But I think from my perspective, it's the challenge has never really been about talent. I think women in
Mhm.
gaming are highly skilled, but it's more a case about the systems, the culture, and the historical norms. Where we haven't really adapted that well yet. We're getting there.
Yes.
I think a little bit more of inclusive leadership, visible role models, and thoughtful product design makes crucial change in our industry. I would like to acknowledge the fact that we have come a long way and it is getting better.
Mhm. Wow, we've come a long way and it keeps getting better. Thank you. That was beautiful said, Neha. I'm seeing some comments here and I just want to read some of them and then we'll go to your questions, our dear audience. And also, we're going to tell you something about iGaming Consult. This is where you consult people, the company, if you want to get into the careers or networking or perhaps want to start your industrial journey. So there are women who are interested in working in the gaming industry but have no experience. How can you support them? I'm going to come to you, Edna. We have people who are going to answer that. And we have Zin Hope, who says, nice to have a network and community. Yes, it is. And she also says, patience, Shabalala, I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you so much. Adikomi Zainab is saying, great session so far, ladies. Yes, thank you so much. And we appreciate that. We have Jeremiah who says, so many opportunities in the affiliate marketing space, calling on all keen on the space to do a course in affiliate marketing. There you have it. Do a course in affiliate marketing. And you're going to tell us more. And we have another called Akingba said, well done, ladies. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then we have a latest one, LinkedIn from Peline. She says, thank you for this valuable session. However, as per my first-hand experience, I find that the industry still feels closed door for newcomers, those transitioning to it. Well, the enthusiasm and encouragement are great to see. The actual entry barrier remains high. We're going to talk about that, Peline. But before we talk about that, I have something to show you about iGaming Consult Africa. That is why we're here. We're here to show you how these barriers can be broken. We're here to show you the next event. We're here to link you up with the best networks that you ever had. So iGaming Africa, tell us about iGaming Consult, and then we will be back. All right, that's it. You see what Gaming Africa Consult does? It does all of the policy, all the strategies for you, and we're here for that. Now, going to the questions, I'm going to address to these beautiful ladies, and we're going to start with the first one. And someone said, Patience, thank you for touching on imposter syndrome for women, while men will confidently take chance and not be self critical. That's right. So, Edna raised a question. There are women who are interested in working in the gaming industry but have no experience. How can you support them? Who wants to take that?
I can start.
Can I answer?
All right.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
So I think we provide so many platforms for networking, right? And there are so many events, and these events, they're not just happening in one place. They're very international, very global. So I going to these events and actually speaking to the people. What do they need? What do they employ? Right? What is the industry itself? Because if you're stepping into this industry, you need to understand you're not just working for an operator. You need to understand that you can come and work for a supplier. You can work for the affiliate. You know, the industry is very massive and it's very big. So I think it's nice to first of all understand who is who in the industry and meet these people. And it's like it's so easy to join an event. It's happening like just right now. You mentioned that there is an event that is happening in Nairobi. So girls in Kenya can just go, and I believe it's actually free of charge to just join the event and participate. And just to understand what type of companies they are and who is present. So I think just push yourself, stand up, and be out there. Start with something, by just networking.
Yes, thank you. And the event is free. That is right. Katarina, you are right. iGiving Africa Summit coming May 2026 is free. Neha and then Philip briefly. Neha, yes, whoever wanted to.
Yeah, I completely agree with Katerina. Networking is phenomenal. It's really a great way, for communities to act. You can actually immerse yourself with professionals or communities in the industry. But the one thing from my own experience that I found worked really well is you identify transferable skills. For example, coming from a digital background in media, and then taking that digital marketing or analytics skills into iGaming is a transferable skill. So you literally use that skill and you enhance the skill to become more relevant to industry specific. Maybe do a short course here and there. So it becomes more relevant. That's also a good way of doing it. It's a word of advice.
Yes, thank you. Edna, there you go with your answer. And Philly, I'm going to bring you on this and I'm going to combine with this recent question by Pauline, who just said, I find it that the industry still feels quite closed off for newcomers or those transitioning into it. While the enthusiasm and encouragement are great to see, the actual entry barriers remain high. Philly, talk to Pauline. What do you have to say to her?
Pauline is not wrong, but I have to somewhat disagree. As I said earlier, the industry is very welcoming, especially the people that are working in the industry. I think it's a matter of what is it that you are looking for. For example, as you said, Neha, about digital marketing. For example, if you are on digital marketing space, which I'm also in, for example, in terms of experience, for you to be relevant for the industry, you need to understand jurisdiction and compliance in terms of the geographic and the services that you are actually, or countries that you are actually trying to service. For example, how gaming industry is advertised in Kenya, it won't be the same as how it's allowed in South Africa. So it's a matter of learning those important tools in terms of how you can take your actual experience and add it to what you already know to what you can actually learn and bring to the industry. That is why we have a lot of academies within the industry, not just myself. We have a lot of academies in the industry that actually do provide this type of trainings. Also, I saw another question from Emmanuel, where is asking about professional courses and specifically for people that want to build career within the industry. For example, as I said, I studied on the land-based casinos. So most of the people that are on the land-based casino, they are stuck. They want to enter the industry in terms of the iGaming side of things, because the industry, as Katrina mentioned, is very wide. We have land-based, we have online casinos, we have sport book, we have all of these other things that are going on within the industry. It's a matter of choosing your corner and knowing where you actually want to enter. And I was speaking actually with my old colleagues that I worked with on my previous companies. They were trying to find out, for example, how they can move from now land-based casinos as the services that they are offering there to actually one now in the gaming industry. Because I mean, it's a very attractive industry. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah,
I mean, it
yes.
brings a lot of opportunities. So I would say that start with a simple cause in terms of what you already know, what you can add from what you are doing. And also, like, for example, if you need help or anything like that, you can connect me with me on LinkedIn and just ask me on the side, and I'll be more than happy to guide you through it.
Yeah, thank you, Philly. You've also answered the question of the professional course. Bukola, do you have something to say to our dear audience who are asking questions? And I also want to combine another one with you, Bukola. Which AI, blockchain, and mobile gaming transforming industry? How can women leverage technology to create new opportunities in gaming? Over to you, Bukola.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. I'd like to say that everyone needs to understand that the industry itself is still evolving. As much as we are saying there are opportunities, a lot of operators, a lot of suppliers are still learning even on the job. And as things are evolving, new things will come up, ways of handling matters and operations in the industry will continue to change from time to time until it gets to its peak. For the other established industries as well, they've had their own challenges at some point in time that they've been able to cross. So at some point, I believe that in the banking industry, for instance, it was so difficult for people to get employment, unlike now where they do all these programs to take in new graduates, you train them and all that, and then you put them back into the industry. We don't have that yet in this industry, but it will get a time where organizations will come up with programs to take in graduates, take them on a course for 3 months, 6 months, and then, you know, employ the employable ones amongst them. So it will get to that time. But pending that time, what we have is opportunities like that, like the one Katina mentioned. There are platforms where you can join to know about what is happening in the industry, and also always check the sites of all these yeah, organizations. You check their sites to see if there are opportunities available for you to apply for. At the same time, you network. Networking is a very essential part of getting jobs when you're in need of them, or putting yourself out there for people to know that you're employable. So it's important for people who are looking into get coming into the industry as well to network, and at the same time check on all the sites available for you to know if there are opportunities. Also sharpen your knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about technology. The essence of technology is knowing how to apply it. It's not just enough to say that AI is doing this, you have this platform available. It's about knowing how to apply it and in what area you can apply the skills that you have on. So it's important for people to identify all these key points in order for them to be of service within the industry. Thank you.
Yes, and yeah, Emmanuel talked about. I think freely addressed the thing on professional courses, and also uh, Bukola has touched on upgrading your skills. I think these are things that materials are also free online, especially on tech. There's so many free AI courses and blockchain courses just right there. You can find them on Google. I think all these big tech companies are offering free technology courses. Kate, I'm coming to you with these questions, but I'm gonna read some few comments as well. Adiola says, our presence here today is proof that the future of iGaming will be shaped by smart, strategic, and courageous women like us here. That is right, Adiola, and the ones who uh, are, are watching, all right? And and just to repeat, there was a question earlier on, and I am not sure if we tackled it, but yes, here it is. How can we identify companies or teams that actually welcome career changes? And when you tackle these questions, also tackle about the professional certifications anyone can get. So, Kate, I'm addressing this to you. How can we identify companies or teams that actually welcome career game changes?
Um, To answer that question, I think you should just identify the companies that you want to work for in the iGaming industry. Always be looking out to their websites. We always have these career announcements on websites, on LinkedIn. Just follow the groups and pages of the gaming industry because there are always a lot of updates in those different forums. Then from that, as Neha said, from the skills that the specific company is looking for, look at your CV and the experience you have, and then you can see the transferable skills that that company is looking for and merge the two together. I think that would be ideal for you.
And there are there professional courses or certifications that you would really recommend for people getting into the iGaming industry?
Yes, I think iGaming industry, a lot of it is they're not really specific courses for iGaming. We have, let's say, if you want to be a sales associate, you have to have at least some skills in selling. If you want to work in IT and data, at least go through some training in IT, some training in data, some training in web development, software development. We also have different aspects like HR. We have aspects like what is it, affiliate marketing. So
Yes.
yes, what you said. If the role is something to do with marketing, at least have some basic training on marketing. Then you're able to transfer that to the specific job that has been advertised. Yes,
Yes.
and also what I've also learned in the iGaming industry, it's a learning curve. Every day you learn on the job, and there's so
Mm,
many networking opportunities. There's so many conferences where it's a learning curve. Every day we keep on learning. So I would just encourage you not to be afraid. Just go for it, apply, and you learn on the job. And most companies also offer a training period where you'll
yes.
be able to get the specific skills that they may be needed.
All right, that is well put. We're almost coming to a close because we had a great time, but time is never enough because right now we're gonna do closing remarks, and I will start with you, Neha. But before that, let me just read some few comments here. Well said, Bukola, that is Abioye. Then we have Fanke, very realistic, poet Bukola. I think we have so many people from Nigeria. Shout out to Nigeria. Thank you so much for sharing this. And then we have Jeremiah saying LinkedIn is your public CV. Yes, I do agree. If it's not well put, you're not doing good. The ladies are offering great insight. Thank you so much, ladies. Also, so many free courses on platforms such as iGaming Academy. Now, for your closing remarks, I'm going to start with you, Neha. Briefly, tell us your closing remarks, and then you're going to go to Katerina, Philly, Kate, and Bukola. Briefly, Neha.
Yes, thank you so much, Len. This was such a great opportunity. I think, in the future of gaming here, we are in the hands of such powerful women. It's about who we bring along the journey with us, by empowering diverse voices and supporting women in gaming. We are embracing inclusive strategies. So, yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And I'm so glad to have been on this platform.
Yeah, we were very happy to have you. Katerina, what is your closing remarks?
Okay, so I think it's like three simple advices. Be
Mhm.
curious, okay? Be open-minded and be visible. And you will get to your successes. So I think you need to follow that. You need to show that you want to be part of the industry, right? And just be open-minded. Like, don't limit yourself whenever there is no limits yet. Like, the world is abundant. So
Yes.
thank you so much, guys.
All right, be visible, be curious, and open minded. Philly, what is your brief closing remark?
All right. So first of all, just thank you for having me. It's been such an amazing session. It's always amazing to actually be on one of these webinars, especially if they are very educational like this. My advice would be take the leap. For example, I do have women that are actually approaching me on the side and asking, how do I start? How do I get the support? There is a support system within the industry that can actually help you whether you want to transition or you want to start a business. There are people like that. And I always want to have those type of conversations. I mean, it gives me a better chance to, talk about my business and also how I can transfer that to somebody else to
Yes.
who actually have the same vision.
All right, thank you. And Bukola, what is your brief closing remark?
Okay, thank you, Lynn. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'll also like to say thank you to the iGaming team. This is a very good platform for us to talk about a very crucial matter. I would like to say that if you look at the likes of Bohabudu in the entertainment industry, she took a leap and she's at the top there now. I believe that in the gaming industry too, as the industry is rapidly evolving, I think women should do more. They should try to put in their best in order to assume some level of leadership and then take on new mentors. We should cultivate the habit of training other people, grooming younger women who can come into the industry and do even more wonderfully well than we were able to do or that than we have done. It's very important for us to put that into consideration. Be a mentor onto somebody, so that they would understand that it's easy to come into the industry and there's so much to offer. And like you said, Nigeria, we do it big. So I would like to say shout out to my people, the Nigerian folks that I have there on the
All
platform. Thank
right,
you.
all right, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for our audience who engaged. And just to mention something brief as we close off. As I said earlier, we have an event, and there's this wonderful women emphasized networking is the key. So we have an event at this coming May 2026, the iGaming Africa Summit, which is free. It's totally, absolutely free. And the iGaming Africa team can even help you with visas if you're coming from overseas. And there's even also a premium enhanced experience for the summit. So if you want a premium enhanced experience, you want to touch bases with the heads and the moguls of this industry, you can get your ticket iGaming Africa May 2026. And just to conclude with what we're doing, we also have an upcoming podcast that will be featuring the CEO iGaming Africa. That is Mr. Jeremiah. He will be having a very great podcast. You want to hear from him. You want to hear from him how he gets these amazing women and how he gets to bring all these leaders in this industry together. So watch out for that session, and please follow iGaming Africa Summit to keep up with what is happening and such webinars like this. You want to get to know when we're going to have Katerina next, all right, or any of these ladies next. So watch out, follow iGaming Africa pages, go to your Telegram, follow iGaming Africa. And also shout out to iGaming Africa Consult for making this happen. Thank you to iGaming Africa Women, iGaming Women in Africa. Shout out to them. Some of them are here. Shout out to every and each and every one of you. And shout out to our panelists. Please follow them. They have their LinkedIn profiles. Follow them, follow what they do. If you want to reach out to them, please reach out to them. They're very friendly. And with all that said and done, thank you so much for our audience. Thank you to all of you. And over to you, iGaming Africa. Please tell us more about our sponsors again. We can't get enough of them. Please, over to you, iGaming team. So thank you so much to our sponsors, and we just have a very special just closeout from Kate. Kate had something to say because we have seen so many of you were asking for job opportunities and everything, and she has something to say. So Kate, can you kindly tell them what opportunities you have for them?
Hi everyone again. I'd like to just mention we have a couple of job opportunities at Eurovirtuals. Just to remind you, at Eurovirtuals we provide virtual gaming solutions for operators in Africa and beyond. We specialize in crash games, virtual games, casino games, and lottery games. So these exciting opportunities are we're looking for a sales associate in West Africa, a sales associate in South Africa, and a sales associate in LATAM. So I will just maybe put the email address to send your CV here on the chat, or you can check us out on LinkedIn, Eurovirtuals Limited. Then you'll be able to send your CV on the DMs on LinkedIn. So let me just put the email to share your CVs on the chat, and I look forward to seeing your applications. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you, Kate. And that is how we do it at iGaming Africa. Who closes a webinar with job opportunities? Who does that? So thank you so much, Kate. Please send your CVs, especially women. Send your CVs to Kate, she wants to see them. And as I promised, we have a podcast coming up. Let me show you just a very brief touch of what the podcast is all about with the CEO of iGaming Africa. So thank you so much. Thank you, Kate, for the opportunity. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Over to you, iGaming Africa. Take us to the podcast.
It is an opportunity for operators to come and get access to these products and technological offerings so that they can be able to make their sports books or casinos even better. So it is an opportunity for gaming companies that are already operating in Africa to get access to the state of the art and globally recognized technologies to be able to better advance their product offerings.
So, for someone who is looking to join in this summit as an exhibitor, as a sponsor, how do they reach the team?
Yeah, so it is very easy. Number one, you need to know how to access our event platform. So you must go to igaSummit.com, or alternatively, you can go to igamingafrica.com, and then once you are on that site, go to the menu, and then you will see IGA Summit or iGaming Africa Summit. Those two options will lead you to our event website. And then if you like to be part of it, let's start with the delegates. If you like to have a ticket, you need to register from our website. I know right now what you can only do at this moment is to register interest, like I want to exhibit, I want to attend, and we will collect your information at the right time. Once the portal is open for registration and ticketing, then we will send invitations or notifications notifying you that you can now book your ticket. So that should happen in a few days or months from now. However, if you want to exhibit, you need to reach out to our sales team. So the email is marketing@igamingafrica.com. So that is the first email address you can use. The second one is events@igamingafrica.com. And remember, Africa is Africa with a K. So once you send any email to those email accounts, somebody will reach out to you. For operators, that is sports betting companies or casino companies, etc., those who will be coming to the summit, is that we are not just giving you a free entry ticket. We are giving you a VIP ticket. So this ticket will ensure that you get access to most areas within the summit, like you can access the VIP center at your own convenience. You can access the networking events, etc. And all these opportunities are already listed on our website. And therefore, it is very important for any operator who is listening to us or watching us from any part of the world to ensure that you register your interest and you come attend the event. Everybody is invited. Actually, our free entry ticket gives access to anybody who has a business email registered. So whether you are from payments, you are from tech, etc., you are welcome to the summit. And talking about who else is actually invited, we are inviting as many affiliates as possible. You can see that we have listed there that we'll be having 350 plus affiliates. These are people we know because we have already been in the affiliation space. So we know when we say that we want 350 plus affiliates to attend, we want them to be here. I've mentioned about operators. We also want to ensure that we have regulators in place, because these are the people regulating the industry. Anybody who wants to come to Nairobi and attend the summit, the only thing you need to do is to book your flight and ensure that you have your ticket, that is your flight ticket, ready. And come to Nairobi, you will be able to access the summit.
All right. So, last, final call to the attendees, to the decision makers especially. Please say something to them.
I would like to welcome you to IGA Summit, which is iGaming Africa Summit, our inaugural edition of the summit, which is happening in Nairobi, Kenya, between the 4th to 6th May of 2026 at Sarit Expo Center in Nairobi, Kenya. And I can guarantee all attendees that you are welcome to our summit. And we will like to inform you that we are working to give you the best experience possible. And Therefore, it is important that you ensure that you get your tickets, ensure that you book your flights, ensure that you get your accommodation to attend the IGA Summit 2026 in Nairobi, Kenya. Welcome, Karibu Kenya, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeremiah, for this elaboration on what exactly the IGA Summit is. We look forward to May 2026. Asante sana. That was CEO of iGaming Africa, Jeremiah Maangi, right here on the iGaming Africa podcast. This is clearly a summit that is going to give you practical knowledge from expert speakers and industry pioneers. See you on May 2026. Make sure to get to igasummit.com and sign up so that you don't miss this opportunity. My name is Miss Kithinji, and thank you for watching. Now we're going to be hearing more about the summit. It's the first, edition, and who is best to talk to us about this other than you? So tell us, for someone who is hearing about the iGaming Africa Summit for the very first time, what is it about?
iGaming Africa Summit, abbreviated as IGA Summit, and actually accessible through the domain igasummit.com and summits.igamingafrica.com, is born from the brand iGaming Africa, which is already a well-known brand within the iGaming industry in Africa. And you know very well that we have been talking about gaming for the longest time in Africa, publishing content that is news and insights about the industry in Africa, educating people through our podcasts and webinars, especially those who are keen and interested to start their operations in Africa. And we saw the need for us to have these people converge at one physical place, unlike just having these sessions online, because physical meetings or gatherings actually can give more value than even the digital meetings only. So this is one of the major reasons why we decided to have this summit. And actually we have had conversations with our community, because we have a very, very big community, and they have expressed the need to come physically to Africa and talk to various operators who are operating within this space and even showcase their products. So it is more of trying to bring our community together in one physical setting. We've thought carefully about this summit because we have seen that Africa wants more, Africa wants quality, Africa wants better. And that is why we decided that as the leading gaming platform, that is publication platform for the gaming industry in Africa, we need to come up with something that will bring together the community, that is the gaming or iGaming community across the world, to one place, Nairobi, Kenya. The main focal point for this event is to ensure that we are creating an environment for operators to get access to the world technology products or solutions that are performing really well in the gaming space. We are creating an environment whereby these people can come to one place, that is Nairobi, Kenya, showcase their products and give an opportunity to the operators to be able to acquire or access these products.
Now, talking about technology, let's touch on the theme of this year, which I believe was carefully, put together.
Yeah.
It is leveraging on technology and innovation. Do you have specifics, technology or innovations that we are sort of looking at on this particular summit?
Yes. And I will tell you, right now, as I said in the previous question, most of the technology that we are using in the gaming industry is actually imported. That is talk of games, talk of payment gateways, talk about betting platforms, etc. All these products mostly originate from outside of Africa. And for us to give the operators an opportunity to learn about these products, we have to bring these people to Africa so that they can showcase these products and give the operators an opportunity to buy or get access to these products. So technology from a global perspective comes in handy. And that is why it's very important for us to know that the summit is majorly to talk about technology. And even when you look at our agenda, we have dedicated quite a lot of time to give delegates and attendees and speakers an opportunity to talk about or hear about the best technological products that they can purchase. So this is a platform for those who are looking for platforms or products in the gaming industry that can amplify their gaming operations to acquire these services.
So the summit is targeting global audience, but why Nairobi as the venue to host this event?
Yeah, Nairobi is, of course, the heart of Africa. And if you look at actually the summit slogan, it is the heart of gaming in Africa. So Nairobi, number one, is easily accessible for anybody who is traveling from Africa. You are aware that recently the government removed most of the visa restrictions for Caribbean countries and all African countries. There's only very few countries in Africa that don't have that privilege. So anybody traveling from anywhere in Africa has already access to Nairobi. If you look at where we are hosting this year's, next year's summit, that is 2026 IGA summit, it's going to happen in Sarit Center. And this is a place which is already surrounded by most of the businesses that do gaming activities. So it is one of the best decisions we took to ensure that those who are coming to the summit, even if they are traveling from Nairobi, they don't struggle to move from their offices to where the summit is happening. Recently, we saw that a good number of the hefty taxes that were existing in the gaming space were actually lifted. So Kenya is becoming even more gaming friendly, and that is why actually Kenya makes it actually a very good destination to have this summit.